Folks, how you doing? Another video from Harris Automotive. Your Mercedes-Benz, BMW, and Volvo specialist. Actually, import car specialist. So before we get started with this video, quiet on the set. Please, no noise. Quiet on the set. Are we ready? The issue that you're going to run into with this Mercedes-Benz S550 4matic. This is going to be from years 2007 to about 2011. When you go to do these motor mounts, come on over. The motor mounts, you have one on the left, one on the right. The issue that you have is that you see right in here, there's no room for you to unloosen the upper motor mount bolt. You have the two ones at the bottom. You have one here, you have one here. Can you see that? And you have one here. They're straightforward, easy to get to. A swivel, long extension, you can get to them two bolts. The issue is that you're not going to be able to reach this top bolt. Let me show you what we have for it. What we have for it is that we actually have two of these. These are from, come forward, these are from Bomb Tools. They're specially made to reach the upper motor mount bolts. They sell two of these. The one for Benz is a 16 millimeter. And actually, just to point out, this is for all makes and models. This just doesn't fit a Mercedes. This fits your Audis, Jaguar, BMW, anything with the motor mounts that has a tight clearance, you can use these. They have two. One's a 16 millimeter, which is for the Mercedes, and one's a 15 millimeter. But let me show you what we had to do. We had to do a modification. Look at the difference, the slight difference. Can you see that? And the thickness. We shaved off just a little bit. So when we come over, we can slide this down up under the exhaust. Can you see that? Come on over here. There you go. We can slide this down up under the exhaust manifold and break the bolt loose. So what you're gonna have to do is that once you get this on the nut, 16 millimeter, you get an extension, a 3/8 extension, you come down in this hole and you break it loose. At that point, another big help is a 16 millimeter wrench, short. If you get one a little bit shorter than this, that's fine. You're gonna need this. Once you get it broke loose, you're gonna need this to be able to continually work the nut off, work the bolt out until it's off. So that's the difficult part of the job. Let me show you what you have to do to actually get the motor mounts out. So what has to be done is that in order for you to do motor mounts, this is all cars, you have to be able to lift the motor up to gain access to bring the motor mounts out and install the motor mounts. So once you take off that top screw, the engine will lift up. I'm sorry, once you take off the top screw, take off the two bottom screws, the engine will lift up. But here's what you have to do. Don't waste your time. Don't try to shortcut this or flat rate this. You're never going to get the mounts out and you're never going to get the mounts in. You may try to flat rate it and push the engine up as far as it'll go. You might get the mounts out because the mounts that's coming out is going to be collapsed. They're going to be shorter. When you go put the new mounts in, they're going to sit maybe like an inch higher. You will not be able to get the mount in. So here's what I want you to do. Again, this is the 4matic Mercedes S550. Come on over. I'm going to show you this. What happens is that as you lifting this motor up, the transfer case is connected to the engine. When you lift this engine up, this transfer case and this axle is going to come up and it's going to hit this housing right here. It's going to hit this circle. You're not going to get enough lift. So what you're going to want to do, we already got this apart for the sake of this video, take the center bolt out for the axle, take the upper ball joint, upper control arm bolt out, remove that. Then at that point, well, we also like to do the sway bar link to give it some more flex. So you can take it out here, up top, or you can take it out here. We like to go here because it's easier. So at that point, you see, we can have this flex out our way. Get your axle out. We already had it out, but take your axle out. Then at this point, you get behind it. You go up under the car, get a little pry bar. Can you see my finger here? Can you see my finger there? Yeah, you can. Get a little pry bar and just pry the axle out on both sides. Once you take both of these axles out, then at that point, the entire engine will lift up. You'll have nothing but room to put your two engine mounts in put the screws in comfortably, and lower it back down. Let me give you one more hint. This video is almost over. Let me give you one more tidbit too. Like I said, this is your motor mount. So the motor mount is gonna have this bolt in it at the top. It's gonna have a bolt in it at the top, and as you can see, the point of failure. See how far down the mount is. Do yourself a favor. The new engine mount, the old bolt goes in here. Clean your old bolt. Make sure you clean the threads real good. Use some penetrating oil when you put it back together. That way, when you go install this mount in the car, you get a real easy twist of the bolt. That's very important in this job. You want to be able to put your hand up under this intake. A lot of times like this, put your hand up under the intake, one way or the other, but you want this to be able to screw very easily with 2 fingers. If this is binding up, you're gonna be fighting. You wanna be able to run this down with your fingers with ease. You'll get it to mount up, and then after that, you get your tool or your wrench and maybe a turn, and this is tight. That's gonna save you a whole lot of headache. If this job is too much for you and you're in the Philadelphia area, give us a call. It's Harris Automotive, 267-343-8496. Thanks for watching.